Splash celebrates its 30 years. 30 years of making people look, feel, and live better. Splash Corporation has consistently moved upwards from strength to strength, proving that a Philippine company can pioneer, learn, innovate, and prosper in the domestic and international markets. Splash Corporation is finally starting to reap the gains from the purposive steps it took over the last 4 years to improve efficiencies in all aspects of its business. These gains can be seen from the increased operating income for 2014, and more especially by the increase in both operating and net income for the first quarter of 2015. With the values-driven transformational strategy we adopted 5 years ago, it shows proof in the substantial improvements in operating efficiencies as we move closer to full automation of key processes and the goal of an agile manufacturing concern. Strong brands with replicable DNAs enabling the creation of extensions for new market segments. Strategic utilization of capital and other resources. And the visible cohesion and loyalty of our core group of managers and leaders with a very strong institutional memory and ambitious goals. Splash registered remarkable results with the increase of 153% in its operating income to 47 million pesos for the full year of 2014 from 19 million pesos in 2013. This year, results are even better. For the first quarter of 2015, operating income continued to grow, reaching 59 million pesos versus 43 million pesos for the same period of 2014, or a 37% increase. For the first quarter of 2015, net income amounted to 48 million pesos versus 33 million pesos of previous year, or an increase of 47%. Sales for 2014 amounted to 3.5 billion pesos, or a modest 4% increase over the 3.4 billion pesos in 2013. Sales for the first quarter of 2015 is more gratifying, as it rose by 16% to 968 million pesos versus the 832 million pesos for the first quarter of 2014. That's why, with a rise in operating income over the last 15 months, your board of directors has approved a cash dividend amounting to 10 centavos per share for all stockholders of record. It also approved a stock buyback program. The cost of the cash dividend estimated to amount to 63 million pesos, and the cost of the stock buyback program, amounting to 100 million pesos, will be funded from the improved cash flow due to improving operating profit and the remaining proceeds from the sale of a non-core asset in 2013. For the rest of 2015, we expect even greater improvements in our operations. We anticipate that greater automation by the third quarter, with our cutover to a new enterprise resource planning system, and the coming of age of our agile manufacturing system this year will address the stockouts we experienced from the greater than expected surges in demand of some flagship brands. Our core brands remain strong and dominant, and their affinity to their markets continues to improve in the Philippines and internationally. The focus of our food brands in key markets in the Middle East and North America continues to gain traction. The implementation of the enhanced Splash Direct Sales online system and a strategic shift in the Splash distribution model will result in improvements in cost efficiency and working capital utilization of direct sales.
Our transformational strategy is on track, and we are getting nearer to attaining our vision as a fast-moving consumer goods company of leadership in the markets we choose to enter. Splash made remarkable achievements in brand strength, profitability, liquidity, and operational efficiency. Our cash generation capability had never been stronger. Cash flows from operations in 2014 were at 490 million pesos, 5 times what was generated in 2013. For the first quarter of 2015, 48 million pesos net income has already exceeded the net income for the whole of 2014 by more than 4 times. In total, Splash's personal care business maintained its profitability in 2014 due to our focus on brand building and in enhancing efficiencies. The steps taken in 2013 to strengthen Splash's relationship with key accounts resulted to a decline of our marketing, selling, and distribution costs by 7%, despite the increased advertising expenses for flagship brands Skin White and Maxi Peel. This helped to drive huge increases in sales and further strengthened their market dominance. We always see to it that our brand DNA governs any new product development in the light of market and competitor movements. Thus, we implemented the transition plans for colors and rejuvenated Maxi Peel to anticipate changing consumer expectations. We developed a new campaign for Maxi Peel that tackled beauty beyond just looking pretty with a Bagong Ganda, Bagong Pag-asa campaign, which offers women the power of new hope. Hope that there is a solution to their skin problems and even hope for a new life. Skin White's Power Whitening variant was highly successful among consumers, with the product's promise of instant whitening. Skin White continued to perform better than expected and is well placed to meet the threat of greater competition this year. There was also an aggressive expansion of portfolio in the USA, with the commercialization of several Barrio Fiesta product lines, including canned meals, specialty vinegar line, and recipe mixes. In the Middle East, there was an increase in the distribution network, growing this cluster by a remarkable 66%. Direct sales is envisioned to be a key source of growth for the long term. In 2014, we made a deliberate choice to focus on streamlining and rationalizing our credit management processes. This necessarily resulted in lower sales, as direct sales is a credit-driven business. There is also an ongoing rationalization of the Splash distribution model, which will address the decline in sales and result in improvements in cost efficiency and working capital utilization. Also, the enhanced Splash Direct Sales online system, to be implemented in the second semester, will enable closer monitoring of all aspects of the operations and transactions of the direct sales network.
It was a banner year for Philippine and international operations, which grew their operating profits to 288 million pesos and 72 million pesos respectively. Sales of Philippine operations increased by 11% in 2014 and international operations by 3%. For the first quarter sales of 2015, Philippine operations grew by 21%. International operations by 4%, and direct sales by 5%, which resulted to the 18% growth of the total personal care segment. Likewise, the food segment grew by 7%. Splash Corporation is becoming more and more efficient in its mission to cater to the universal desire of people to look good and live well. It is using its leadership position in the Philippines as a springboard into the high-growth markets in Southeast Asia, Africa, the Middle East, and North America. Splash is looking forward to stronger profitability and competitiveness in 2015. Splash Corporation, helping people to look, feel, and live better for 30 years and beyond.